What up, everybody? I'm Dave Miranda, and this is episode 66 of Just Give Me 5. I hope you guys are doing great, continue to be amazing. We got another awesome show lined up for you today. But if you guys caught episode 65, you saw we had none other than my man, Pastor Boogie. Let me tell you, that entire episode was a blessing, right? You know, and just his story alone, man, you know, from just creating something so big and monumental, you know, for the scene, pretty much out of nothing, you know, and providing, you know, a way for people to just fully get in tune and just be comfortable with God, you know what I mean? And just be taking it away from the whole religion aspect of it. You know, like what he said in the episode, he was like, he grew up in a house, you know, of religion, and he didn't like the way it made him feel. He wanted something more natural, something to where he can just have that more intimate, you know, bond with the Lord, right? So then he starts working on a church, the hip hop church, where people can come out, express themselves and not be judged, you know what I mean? And I just thought that was amazing, you know, and it's just something that is so needed, you know. It's like, even if you're not Christian or, you know, Catholic, whatever, right? It's like if you're expressing yourself through your art. And I just think that's beautiful that he was able to provide that for so many in the community. So shout out to you, my brother. And make sure you guys watch episode 65. All right. But today's guest is an absolute Arizona hip hop legend. We're going to talk about his debut album, Stressin'. We're going to talk about some memorable moments from that era. We're going to talk about the group, the Survivalists, working with Battlecat, Roger Troutman, and so much more. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I present to you Bookie.
Yo, what's up, world? This is Bookie, and all I'm saying is, just give me 5. When did I know music was my calling? I say I was about 8 or 9 years old, man. I would say LL Cool J came up with it was a song called I'm Bad. Yeah. And I was a youngster, man. I had a situation where, you know, coming from where we came from, you know, we all wanted a voice. You know, I came from the bottom, so it was one of those things where, you know, when I got introduced to hip hop and LL Cool J, he came out with that song. I was like 8, 9 years old, man. And then when he came out with it, I was just like, wow, what is this? Right. You know, and on top of that, Cube, Public Enemy, oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking to myself at that young age, you know, if I had a situation where I could be heard, yeah, you know, and have fun doing it and spread it to the world, man, that'd be something that I would love to do. You know what I mean? So kind of got the itch for it, you know, at a young age, and man, I ain't turned it down since, man. I've been at it ever since. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna rewind it a little bit. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first started, man, I was hardcore. When I say hardcore, like I was really into the music, man. Yeah. Like it was nothing that I didn't want to do nothing else but that. Right. You know, and freestyling every day, you know what I'm saying? In high school, freestyling, battling other high schoolers, all that shit. So, yeah, you know, it was one of those things where, you know, I knew eventually I was gonna step it up and meet the right people and get myself in position to do what I wanted to do. Right. You know, so my homeboy Biltmore Black, Problems is what we called him back in the day, yeah, but Biltmore Black, man, you know, he was edging me. He was like, man, you know, we got to get you to my people. For Life was the label at the time. Right. And you know, so I'm like, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? At the time, I didn't have no labels or nothing, you know, knocking down my door. So I was like, you know, well, let's go see what's happening. Right. So, you know, make a long story short, we ended up, you know, working out a deal. Okay. And you know, after that, it was one of those things where I knew I was young, I was fresh, I was new, yeah, but I knew I needed to prove myself. So when I got to the label, I was ready to go. At the time, I was working on my boy Vontel album. Yeah, Prince, yeah. Polo Ski is what they called him back in the day. Vision of a Dream. Yeah. So at the time, man, that's how, you know, I met Vontel. And, you know, V, I mean, the album was dope, man. He had production from Battlecat, exactly, from LA. You know, Roger Troutman was on the track. Right. Yeah, me and Biltmore, we was on there. So he had a dope album, man, a classic Arizona album, man. So he was the first artist that was making noise when I first got to Faux Life.
Facts.
So when I got over there to Faux Life, you know, Vontel was making noise and doing his thing. So, you know, after that, you know, a little bit after the album was done and was promoted and the label did what they had to do with it, Biltmore was up to bat, my homeboy Problem. So the thing about that was, you know, Biltmore ran into a situation. So the situation prevented him from being able to drop the album.
Right.
And so that left me up to bat.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I wasn't expecting that. You know, that was it kind of hit me because I was like 18, 19, you know, fresh out of high school. So,
right.
Well, no.
Back, but you wasn't ready to
let me, my fault. Let me rewind that. I was still in high school. I was still in high school at the time. That was like 9-7. Yeah, I was still in high school.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, I told myself, you know, when I got signed, what I was there for. I knew what I was there for. So I said, you know what, let's handle this business.
Right.
So I was in the studio day and night, man. I wasn't leaving the studio.
Right.
Like for stressing, I was in the studio. I remember I was in iRock studio.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to iRock, man. Day and night with it. Like me and him, we wasn't sleeping. Right. He already knew what time it was. He knew what type of opportunity I was involved in. So Big Bro was holding me down.
Yeah.
And you know, it was times when Battlecat would come from LA, and we were just going at it. Right. But I was working, like I was killing myself trying to make sure. I was killing myself trying to get a label a hit that they was looking for. You know, the smash classic. So at a young age, man, I said, you know what, I got to push everything to the side and focus on this album. I had a baby coming. A little young shooter,
Right.
But you know, young boy. But I had a baby coming at the time, so it was a lot going on for me.
Right.
But I knew what my primary focus was, to be able to hold everything down, and that was my career. So yeah, man, we got that album done, man. We had features from E40, Kurupt, even old school Player Ham. For those of y'all that don't know him, you know what I'm saying? Go look him up. Go Google Player Ham, Quick Era. You know, so the whole situation with the album was, I don't want to say forced, but I got put on the spot to do what I had to do with it. And from the fans and the people that heard it, man, you know what I'm saying? They put it in the classic category. So,
hands down.
You know what I'm saying? That means a lot to me. You know, when the people come to me and be like, "Book, you know, it's a classic." Boom, 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 boom.
You shot a video with Kurupt for the Blood Rush joint.
We did. They came down here and we knocked all that shit out in Phoenix, man, in the city, man. Battlecat, the whole nine. So, you know, we was just representing at the time. And like I said, I had got introduced to the label from my brother. Biltmore. So it was more so damn, my brother gone. So now I'm with this label by myself, you know what I mean? So now I gotta hold it down. So it was just, it damn near felt like it happened overnight. You know what I mean? But we did what we had to do, man, and came up with a classic for the city, man, and you know, the rest is history.
Man, so what was it like working with Kurupt in the studio?
Shout out to the homie Gotti, West Coast, man. It was kind of weird in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll put it to you like this.
Here, man.
You know when you, like, Kurupt was at his, I would say, at his prime at the time. You know what I'm saying? He was killing the game, man, and Snoop, all that, Death Row, just killing the game. So I was a big fan of the whole movement, right? So I couldn't wait to, meet Kurupt. I was telling myself, man, when I meet the homie, I'm gonna say this, say that. Mind you, I'm still a youngster. So we get to LA, and as soon as we get in the studio, I'm waiting for him to pull up. So I'm just sitting in the studio. I'm like, I'm a little starstruck. I'm a youngster. That's one of my idols. I'm like, damn, Kurupt.
Still kind of approaching it as a fan.
Nothing but respect, nothing but love, right? So Kurupt steps in the studio. So he walks to me. So I'm thinking he about to acknowledge, show some respect. So Kurupt kind of like walks past me, and says, where the beat at? Like, just like that. Like literally just walked past me. And so, at this time, coming from where I come from, regardless of who you is, it's disrespectful if you don't talk to a man, acknowledge yourself. So at this time, I lost a little respect for him. So I'm like, and I'm like twice his size. So I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, this little, But anyway, you know, so I was like, whatever, man. You know, life is life. People gonna be who they gonna be.
Right.
So my whole situation with it was, I'm here to do a job.
Yeah.
You know, so regardless of what the outcome was with him and the misunderstanding, whatever it was, I'm gonna push that to the side and take care of business.
Exactly.
So a beat come on. So I say, you know what? That's cool. So you don't respect me, so I'm gonna show you who I am. So I start freestyling. And when we was up in LA, my homeboy, big bro, iRock was out there with me.
Yeah.
So he'll probably remember this story too.
Yeah.
So we just start freestyling. We get in a circle and just start chopping it up. You know what I mean? Kurupt.
Cypher and everything.
It was a cipher.
Right.
We just like put him on the spot. Like, homie, you gonna respect Phoenix. Right. You know, I mean, I know what y'all do in LA, but this Phoenix.
Right.
You know, that was our approach.
Exactly.
So we just start getting at each other. And then that's when the respect started to build when it came to how he seen us. Because I guess, like in the beginning, it was more so like, this is just some money, you know, it's a little bit of money I'm gonna get. I don't know these cats, I don't wanna know them. Yeah. So it was just like, it was no respect there. But when we, you know, showed him who we was, it was like, he ain't had no choice.
Yeah, no choice.
So from there on out, man, he was feeling us so much, he even did a bonus track.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people don't realize that when we went out to LA when we was working on Stressing, we went out there to do a song called, what is it? This Is It? No, Here It Is. Yeah. It's a track on the Stressing album called Here It Is.
Yeah.
That's what we paid him for.
Was that the one, I'm trying to remember, was that the one where you have like kind of like, you're like a ring announcer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my homeboy Larry. Larry Love, Lolo's.
Okay.
Chicken and waffles. Yeah, shout out to Larry Love.
Okay.
We called him Larry Love back in the day, yo. What up, Larry?
Like
so anyway, so yeah, we went out there for that particular song. And so he did that. He had a verse, whatever, boom, boom, boom. But then he heard Blood Rush, because Battlecat threw up Blood Rush. And then when he heard Blood Rush, he was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh man, he flipped out. He was like, man, just let me put something on top of this. I just want to put something on top of it, and I'm gonna do this on the house. So he did it for free.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? So it was an aura in there that was created. You know what I'm saying? After all the weird shit was pushed to the side.
You can tell too, because even the way like he emphasizes on your name, he's like, my homeboy Bookie said dip. Homie.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like at that point, you can tell it was love. Now.
It was an equal respect before we
man.
left that studio. I know that.
Yep.
You know, and even when we, I can recall a story where when we were shooting the video, Blood Rush.
Yeah.
I took him. It was a spot over there because I was living over there with my mama at the time.
Okay.
And it was a barbershop, Arthur's Barbershop off of 15th Avenue in Grant, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So we was gonna shoot a shot there real quick.
Okay.
And we pulled up in the range, and that's the West Side. You know what I'm saying? That's the homies over there. Shout out to the West.
Right.
That was the West Side. So when we pulled him up over there,
Yeah.
I'm talking about, I guess somebody put the word out.
Okay.
Cause it was just like a slew of Crips that just came out of out of nowhere, you know, and they just rushed the barbershop.
Right.
And then he was looking like, cause I don't think that he realized that it was, you know, it was active out here as well.
Yeah.
I don't think he realized that.
Yeah.
And so when they came, he was hesitant to get out the car because he didn't really know what was going on, you know. But, you know, I told him flat, I said, bro, you know, we good. Let's knock this out or whatnot.
Right.
And so we ended up doing the shot. Everything was smooth, man. And like I said, to this day, that's the homie, man. You know what I mean? If he was out here right now, he'd be like, Bookie, what up? You know what I mean? So shout out to Kurupt, man. That's my partner, bro. Formulate the group to Survivalists. I'll tell you this. So the label was up and coming like we were up and coming.
Yeah.
So I noticed how, you know, it was me, Biltmore, Vontel, and then it was a couple of other cats like my brother, and then he had an individual, my homeboy Preach, that they had ended up signing.
Okay.
Cause just like the same way Biltmore Black put me on, I was trying to put my brother on.
Exactly.
So it started like a chain reaction, right? And then my brother was he ended up putting Preach on.
Right.
So, and then we all was on the roster.
Yeah.
But me and Biltmore knew, you know, that as far as the workload that entailed with dealing with everybody, it was a lot. Yeah. We didn't want nobody to be on the back burner. Right. You know, we wanted to keep the momentum going. Yeah. So my first thought as an individual was to just formulate a group. Okay. I said that'd probably be the best thing for us to do. I mean, you know, like I said, nobody's on the back burner. We'll blow this group up. Yeah. Once we blow this group up, then we can all part ways and go back to our solo careers and do what we was doing before we started the group. Right. So I pitched it to Dwayne Bowser. Shout out to Dwayne, CEO. And, you know, it was a go. Yeah. You know, we formulated the group. We got straight to work. It was the same type of situation. We was getting beats from, but with the Survivalists, we kind of expanded. You know, we was getting beats from Kanye West, Swiss Beats, you know what I'm saying? Battlecat, the Big Bro features. We had Holiday Styles from the Locks on the album. Yep. You know, Christopher Williams. Oh man, come on, man. C-Dub. Shout out to C-Dub. My boy Christopher Williams was on there. I even got a chance to squeeze in a little intro beat. You know, the intro to the Survivalist project is a track that I produced. Oh, nice. Because at the time I was like getting into beats and all that whatnot. So I got a chance to get my little debut, my little production on, you know what I'm saying? So that was definitely a good thing. But yeah, the Survivalists, man, it was a great situation. And at the time, you know, my brother was still dealing with his thing, Biltmore. And so, you know, they wanted, the company wanted to add somebody to the roster. Okay. And you remember Bone Thugs and Harmony? You remember how Flesh kept going on vacation? Right. You know, but they never really replaced him. They kind of like put his face or his mural on the buildings and made sure that that's how I felt about Biltmore. Okay. You know, when he was gone, in my mind, you know, Biltmore is the reason why I'm here. He the reason why everybody is here. Right. So, you know, they decided to put Sabotage Taji in the group, right? Shout out to Taji, man. That's my brother for life, man. So in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, this is exactly how we gonna play this. You know, we got Taji on board. When Biltmore come back, it's gonna be a group thing. We gonna handle this business. And so, you know, that's kind of how we played it as we moved along, man. You know, we got straight into the studio and we went to work. Now, one of the problems with the Survivalists in the beginning was we had put together an entire album, you know, and somehow, mysteriously, it got leaked. Oh, wow. So the album that everybody's heard, that was the second version, man. Nobody has ever heard the first version of the Survivalists album. A whole album? A whole album got leaked mysteriously. Wow. Yeah, mysteriously got leaked, and so we had to go back to the drawing board. Wow. You know what I'm saying? It messed everything up because we like, how? You know, that's back in the day where, you know, we dealing with CDs. Yeah. It was a little more difficult to, you know, get it out there unless somebody from the inside, you know. Exactly. So we was all scratching our heads with question marks. Right. Like, how did that happen? You know, we pretty tight. We got our shit sealed over here. But it happened. Right. And, you know, we was like, whatever, man, we gonna chuck that up and we gonna go back into the studio and make a harder album. That's how hungry we was back in the day. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what we did. Yeah. But it was some heat on that first one, though. You ever do something right the first time? Yeah, and then you like, and then something happens and then you have to try to recreate it. Yeah. It just wasn't the same. It was hot, but it just wasn't the same as the first version. Do you still have that first one? I don't, but I do know somebody that got it. Wow, man. It's somebody I know that got it. I do know somebody that got it, but I'm not in contact with that person. So, you know, bottom line, man, I wish I was, because nobody has heard that. So that would be a golden opportunity to put that in the universe for everybody to, you know, see what we was coming with at that time. Currently, man, you know, it's one of those things, man, where like when you have history in the industry and music and all of that, it's like any other drug. Yeah. It's like a drug, you know. And this is kind of one of those drugs that I just don't want to let go, you know. Right. Meaning, you know, I got the new label, which is an independent entertainment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Company that I'm dealing with, Grime Mode ENT. Okay. It's an entertainment company, so we're dealing with multiple things. Like I got a mukbang show I'm doing with my homeboy Battlecat called Vegan Eats. You know, it's a show where we, you know, just displaying different types of vegan dishes because we going vegan, you know, to get healthier for the family and all of that good stuff. Then we got my sister, Miss Veen, who was just a diva out here in these streets. She killing it, like how we used to back in the day. You know what I mean? On fire. So we gonna spend a little bit more time on her and make sure that she get her fair share. Yeah, and I got a new album coming out called Reactivated. Yeah. Something that kind of just, I don't know, man. Like when you deal with life and you deal with all the stuff that I deal with in the past, you go through your spells. I went through like a state of depression, dealt with a few funerals, and you know, lost a few close people of mine, and kind of lost myself. Yeah. And you know, spoke to God about it, and humbled myself, man, and just kind of got regrounded. Yeah. You know, and just decided to, you know, that I wanted to come out and spread some words to the world, put something out there in the universe. You know what I'm saying? That the people can use. Yeah. You know what I mean? So Reactivated is a very very personal album for me. Okay. But it's banging. I have no doubt. I have no doubt. It's banging. You know, I'm trying to get a couple of tracks from Battlecat, of course. Oh, I've been producing for years, so I got a few bangers under my belt that I'm working on. Then we got a couple of producers from the Stressin' album. Same cast, my boy Dre LaShawn from The Orphans and Rob Anderson, the ones who produced Copycats, nice, and Lazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. On Stressin'. Yeah. So they got a couple of beats on the album. So it's a dope project, man. I should be dropping it sometime like the end of this year, but I got a couple of singles dropping off of the project. Right. My Premonition is one, so I'll be dropping that next month. A single off of the highly anticipated album, Reactivated. So just working on things to where, you know, we staying afloat in the business, but we're not just zeroing in and focusing on straight music. Right. Like I said, I'm ghostwriting and producing for other artists or whatnot. Okay. And I'm actually writing a movie. Really? Yeah, it's called No Filter. It's just about a guy, you know what I'm saying, who's just going through society, you know, just basically telling it like it is. Telling it like it is. And it shows in the movie, it shows you, you know, how society reacts to the truth, or somebody who's giving them the truth or their truth. You know, it's just we live in a very superficial, fake society. You know, right. Most of the people that walks around are trying to impress somebody, so they're not really being themselves. Right. So the guy in the movie is just like, yeah, man. I mean, I'm just myself. You know, yeah, what you think about this dress? Right. It stinks. I don't like green. Right. It'd be like Patrice O'Neal if he was still alive. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So No Filter, man. Something new that I'm working on. Okay. You know, I'm talking to a couple of directors and just trying to see where I can go with that. Okay. So just staying afloat in the game, man. This is where we got to be. It's either that or you just walking around in the universe lost in the sauce, man. Right? Yeah, man. You know what I mean? So grind mode ENT, man. You know, this is pretty much what I'm focusing on right now. I mean, it's one of those things, man, where, you know, anytime you know you have like a large amount of people that's just showing you love and recognizing what you do, regardless of what it is, man. Right. I'm a man of energy. You know, life is a feeling process, so I'm a man of energy. So, you know, the energy that I get from people that show me love and come up to me when I'm at QT, like, boo, man, I'm loving you, man, I've been messing with you since day one. Right. That's the type of energy that keeps me going, that keeps me afloat. You know what I mean? That's the kind of energy, you know how batteries die down and, you know what I'm saying? You need energy, you need to recharge. My fans and the people that love me, that's my recharge. You know, they're the ones that recharge me. Yeah. They're the ones that keep me in the game, keep me afloat, because without them, you know, I don't know where I would be. Right. Like, and I'm being completely honest, because like I said, it was this guy that stepped up to me. He was fresh out. And he was sincere. Like, he was like, yo, man, boo, I just want to let you know that you saved my life. Wow. And I was like, you know, when somebody say that to you that you don't know, you kind of taken aback. But I'm the type of person where I embrace the community. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to hear his story. Yeah. So, you know, he was saying, you know, he was doing bad in the joint or whatnot, boom, 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 boom. But as things went by and whatnot, he heard one of my songs.
Yeah.
You know, Survivor. It was off of a song that I did off of an album that I dropped called The Medicine.
Okay. Yeah.
And he said basically it put him in a mindset to where he knew he had to fight for survival. You know, he felt that he was gonna die in there.
Yeah.
And he said when he heard that song, man, it just gave him the strength to live and to fight and get up out of there. So, you know, he dedicated his life to me, man. I said, wow. That was like moments like that is what triggers me to do what I do every day.
Makes it all worth it.
It does, man. And that's what I mean when I say I got to put some words out into the universe for the people to, you know, cause I can be very helpful.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not just about entertainment and dropping dope songs, but to me, it's always been about putting a message out there as well. Yeah. Healing to a degree.
Like you said in the very beginning of this episode, man, the voice.
Yes, sir.
Having a voice.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
I was blessed,
Yeah.
you know, and I don't want to waste my blessing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of artists in general, you know, that's what they do a lot of times. You know, they waste it focusing on just entertainment and
Right.
you know, yeah, man. But it's really, we all as artists have a responsibility to a degree, I think. You know, and that's you know what I mean, change the world for the better. You know, music does that anyway, but what you say has just as much power, you know what I'm saying, as well. So, yeah, man. Just my fans, I love them to death, man. Wouldn't be able to do it without them. Man, I'm telling you, shout out to the East Side.
Yeah.
Shout out to the West Side. Shout out to South Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Since back in the day when we first started, man, I appreciate everybody for the love and support. Grind Mode ENT, you know what I'm saying? We doing big things this year. God is good, man. Respect and love everybody. I hope, you know what I'm saying, y'all stay safe. All love, all respect all the time, man. It's Bookie signing out.
And there you have it. Man, nothing but love and respect to my man Bookie. You know, I remember back when I was like in 8th grade, right? I first heard him on the Nasty Boy Click album. And then I remember my cousin Ryan and my boy David Ramirez, you know, they used to, cause they went to North High School with him. And they used to tell me like, yo man, like my man Brian, you know, my boy Brian's on the come up. He's on the come up, you know what I'm saying? And then when I heard him, I was like, okay, yeah, you know, I see what they're talking about now. So it was just so dope, man. Like this was a super treat. You know what I'm saying? It really took me for a trip down memory lane as well, man. So it was just a real honor, you know, to have my man on the show, you know what I'm saying? Because he is an Arizona hip hop legend, you know what I'm saying? Like no question about it. So shout out to you, my brother. And, you know, I just wish you nothing but continued success, man. Straight up. Make sure you guys are following him on social media. And shout out to my brother, Jimmy Nelson on the camera. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right. Well, this was another one for the books. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. And till next time, stay tuned, stay blessed, stay healthy. Just give me 5, y'all.
Everything you get, you got the